Hiya, I thought I would come on and just show you some of the Highlight Crafts dies that I would like to play with, and I'll make a little something hopefully tonight. Haven't actually planned anything with them yet. All I've done is cut them out. So let's see how this goes. If you look at the overhead, you'll be able to see the dies that I'm about to talk to you about. So this one is Under the Broken Arch, and I have cut out some of them. You get your reflections on a USB with this one, which I have left with Kevin and forgot to ask him the name of it when I think about it. So that was your reflections, and obviously I just cut out the sizes that I needed. Thank you. So it's First Prize that your USB is called, and I will show you that in a moment. So that was the first one. I love the fact that with Highlight Crafts you can buy these lovely little storage wallets which you can keep your dies in. Normally what I will do is I'll maybe put a bit backing paper in the back, a bit magnetic sheet in the back to keep my dies on. So this one is the Sunflower, A Hint of Sun it's called, and it's very beautiful. You've got your two big sunflowers, which you'll see more of. This one makes my heart smile actually, because those of you that have known Kevin and I for a very long time will remember our beautiful Ben the Border Collie, who was black and white, who we had only until he was 8 actually. We lost him quite early, but he was a brilliant dog. So yeah, that just looked so like him. When I saw it, the first time I saw it, made me a little bit teary, I must admit. And this puppy one here, we actually have a picture of Ben sitting at our bench, very much that age, and this could have been him. It's just very like him. And this is Bello, Milo and Nala, and I think that's really funny because Nala was one of the names that I actually picked for Anya, and Kevin decided that he wanted Anya, so that's really funny. So I'm just going to take some of the cutouts out of the packets because I'm hoping that I'll be able to do a project with you. This one is On a Walk, and it's your public footpath signs, and it's really handy because actually you'll see by the Charisma, I'll just take them all out now because I can put them back. Sorry, I do apologise. You'll see by the reflection Charisma's what Tattered Lace uses, I think. You'll see by the reflection that you cut that out as a whole, and there's enough bleed on it so that you can position your die properly. So yeah, that's a really nice one as well. That'll be very handy for a lot of them. This one is your ornamental flower, and it's really pretty. I'll show you when we come to play with them the detail. I mean, you can kind of see it there. The detail in the dies you get in the die packets. I should maybe explain that especially in the dies you get a matte layer and you get a detailed layer. So obviously if you didn't want all the detail you could just cut that out of your matte layer, but I think the idea is that you matte behind. This one is First Breath. This is beautiful, so delicate. I mean, years ago if we were told we could get dies that delicate, I don't think we would have believed them. They are just stunning. So I had a little spell of cutting all these out yesterday so that I could show you them. You get your Ranger Tom. This is one of your Land Rovers. I believe there's another one in the set which I don't actually have. at present, but this one was a nice one, so I've cut some of these out. And as you can see from these are just like nesting dies, so you put them over the reflection and then you get that being your Land Rover. But you could use these, I mean the shape of those would be nice, even just using these separately on a mail card I think would work. Doesn't have to be a mail card, I just think it would work. You get your trailing behind, and that's your wheelbarrows type cart wheelbarrows. I would call them wheelbarrows. And again, you get them in different sizes. So you get small, you get teeny tiny, and that's the reflections. And you get the bigger ones as well. And I just cut a few of those out. And there's your teeny tiny ones still in the packet. So they're really nice. Oops, I just hit all my pencils. This one is Purity, another flower. I think it looks very carnation-y, this one. I really like it. It's really it's really hard because I like them all. I'm like, oh my goodness. This one I thought was brilliant because it's frilled. Frilled, yeah. And obviously it's your ribbons, and I thought that this would be perfect for like your Mother's Day cards and your Father's Day cards, because you could actually stamp in there number one mum, number one dad type thing. Plenty of stamps out and about like that. And of course you get all the different sizes with this one as well. Not sure if I'll use the big one with this one, but I'll bring it out just in case. And as you can see, on your reflections you get a whole sheet of the reflections, and it's very easy to position your dies on them. And this one is Confiding Love. I don't know, I thought it looked like honeysuckle, but I don't know, maybe I've got the wrong flower. I'm not that great with flowers. And again, it's absolutely beautiful and extremely delicate, but really, really nice. And you get little ones as well. There's little ones in here hiding, and those are quite small but delicate. There's a few of them, different types. They're in there hiding. So you get these. And it's a nice kit. It's a well thought out kit as well. You then get your cat mint. I had never heard of cat mint, so I found this die set very interesting. And again, you get your little bits that you can use. I think Two Red Robins have really tried to make it good for perspective for everybody by giving you all the different sizes, because I think maybe in the very early days people were not so sure about some of the perspectives, but now you're getting a whole range of choices. It's really good. And this one is your Morning Hay, and again you could use that as nesting dies without using your reflections if you wanted to, and you would just get that kind of rough square rectangular type shape, which is really good. So that's all the dies. So in more depth you're getting your big hay, and you're getting all different sizes, as I said, of your hay, so you can decide what you want to do. Your flowers. So I haven't really had a play at all with these. All I've done is cut them out, because sometimes I think it's nice just to not know where you're going with something and just see what ideas pop into your head. So that's what I decided to do. But I did think I might use the Jeep as a card blank. So I do have the Jeep cut out in the larger size, and I've also cut it out in craft card. And as I said, that is the shape that you would get without this. And yes, okay, you don't really know what shape it is because you've not got the wheels and everything on it, but to me that would be an interesting die cut layer, and you could still put like your stamps or whatever on top of it. So I quite like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to stick this one to the back of my craft card. This is the only bit of this demonstration that I planned, so we don't know where this will go. I don't know where this will go, but this was the only bit I thought about because I thought it's fun. It's better not having hard fast ideas, because what I did think I could do was I could then score this and make this into a card blank, so it would then go like so. But the more I'm looking at that, the more I'm thinking, do I want that card blank, or should I have got a bit acetate perhaps, and should I have thought about doing my small hay and played with it coming off of there, having a collie sitting in front of the hay. See, this is where you just, whenever you see these, it's just like ideas jump into your head and you just think, I could do this, I could do that, because it's just so pretty. You can also, which I haven't thought about, but I think if you were to use a craft knife and slit into this bit here, you could have a collie poking out of here actually. So in fact, if you look at the Two Red Robins box, they actually do have a collie on here. So this was the USB I was talking to you about. So it comes in a beautiful little Two Red Robins tin with your first prize USB all secure, and then as I say you've got your cover and just tells you where Highlight's based and that it's made in the UK. It's highlightcrafts.com. And yeah, so you could do that. That would be quite pretty. I don't know if they've just built up the back and done it that way, or if they've actually slit in, but I just saw that when I was starting to have a play and I thought, I like that idea. So let's see. So I think I'm just going to take a card blank just now and I'm just going to play. Now am I just going to put it on the white. Now there is scenes in Two Red Robins, so you could actually bring a scene in and actually put this on top of your card, but as I said, I haven't actually planned any of this, so I've just seen this when I've been thinking about it, and I've just thought, I quite like the idea of the Jeep being in the background, the hay being off to the side with some more hay on top of it. So do it like a stack of hay and the collie sitting on there, and then I thought we could have a puppy sitting on there. Now I've not glued any of this down just yet because this is the beauty of scene building with Two Red Robins. You just play with them until you decide where you want things to be. So I'm putting my collie up there, which my wee collie up there doesn't want to sit up. There we go. So my wee collie's sitting up there watching his dad. I could have another bale of hay sitting there with a baby on it, a puppy on it. So you see, we could have the signpost up here because it's further in the distance, and what you could do is you could draw yourself hills, you could paint a scene on there, you can bring in your Cadence paints, and I've just got one of these actually sitting here. I've actually got a hybrid acrylic for Cadence, they're brilliant. And you can use that with Extender that Stephanie shows you how to do on one of her retreats she was doing, where you painted a scene. So you did your sky, you did your grass work, and it was really pretty. And if I'd thought about it, I wasn't at the retreat officially, I actually was at the retreat virtually with my friend, so it was quite nice because I saw what Steph was doing and it was really nice. I got special allowance to be there because I was keeping a friend company, so it was really nice. So you could do all that as well. You could have all that, and if you didn't want the Land Rover there, what you could do is you could just build up more of your hay so that your collies are playing among the hay because remember, it's your scene, so whatever you decide to do. So if you decide to do it this way, I did come on to make cards with you, but because I've just decided, I went off on a tangent here, because that's the beauty about Two Red Robins. When you start to play, it just develops and develops, and that's what makes me excited, because you have an idea in your head, but then you start to play it and you see things that you didn't think of. Perhaps that would be a bit high for him, I'm not sure. So perhaps he wouldn't be up as high as that. Perhaps you'd be up there, perhaps we wouldn't have that one there, perhaps we'd have this one over here a bit, have Dad sitting there, or Mum or Dad, and then of course your sign is in the way distance, sitting there, and you'll probably bring in some of your flowers. Obviously, maybe not quite like that, but you know what I mean. It's just a case of you deciding, you playing. And the other thing I thought, because I'm not gluing any of this down yet because I'm having too much fun playing with the collies, I knew that would happen. So that was one idea. Another idea is, again, we still have our hay in the foreground if you want, and we have this little trailer sat there, and we have maybe we have some little flowers growing up at the back of it because it's been sitting there a wee while, so they're not weeds, but we could say that that's weeds coming up the back. We could again have our little collie actually in there. Now what all I would do to do that again is maybe just put a little slit in it, and then if you put, now this should be easy to do because of the detail that's in these dies, all you need to do is, and don't be frightened just because the die doesn't have a snip there, it's your story, so don't be frightened. If you want this doggy or this doggy, and he'll have his paws hanging over it like so, if you want that doggy to be sitting there, let's get rid of these, in that trailer with Daddy there, and maybe a puppy at the back of the trailer just poking his head out because he's coming over to see what all the palaver is about, and maybe there'll be one sitting there as well. So you see, now you've got a totally different story to when you had the Jeep in it, but you could always have the Jeep in there again, because the Jeep could be sitting further in the distance, and all of this could be in front of it. And then you could have, again, your footpath sign, your flowers. You could even have your flowers, because your flowers don't have to be coming in the way they're supposed to. You could even have your flowers coming in so they're at an angle, if you wanted to dress up your thing like that. So I'm not going to stick anything down, I'm just going to show you little bits of ideas just now, and then hopefully I inspire you to get the set and to go away and play with it. So that's a couple of layouts we've had. The only thing is I haven't let the cameraman take stills of them while I've been playing, so there'll be nothing to show until later. The other thing you can do is take this away. Well, no, I'll leave that there actually. And what you can do is you could take a frame in here, and you can decide that you want to use your foliage here in all different ways, so that you're now creating with your flowers like so. Have that coming down like that. You might decide that you still want hay bale in your frame, so you put your frame in with a hay bale and another hay bale. And this time you might decide that you just want Dad to be in the picture, because you're wanting your flowers, Dad, and you just keep building it up any way you want to build it up, because again, it's your story. And remember to have stuff coming out of the frame as well. So you've not got that in the frame, you've got that there. If you don't like that, you can move it and you can put in something else that you might think more appropriate. You might just want that in there and snip off the tail. I quite like that up there, so I'm just going to put it back up there. And I'll be making cards with these probably tomorrow, so I'll show you what I come up with when they're all stuck down. But tonight I just thought it's fun playing. I quite like that collie there. And again, if I decided that I wanted this collie just to sit at the front of the frame, and I wanted this collie to sit there, and I want this footpath sign in here again, but I just pop it like so. See what I mean? Again, and it's just a case of layering it and you making up what you like. And so that's all really. There's just, it's just about playing, and that's what I really love about Two Red Robins. It's the fact that even though you're using the same charismas, reflections, sorry, I will say that wrong. Even though you're using the same reflections and the artwork is pre-coloured for you, it doesn't mean that your cards or your projects or your calendars are going to be the same as mine are, because you're playing, you're the one that's making up how you like it as you're going along. So that is that. So we'll take these away just now, and what we'll do is I will quickly move all this out my way so that I'm not muddling myself too much. I will take this back and I will grab my scoreboard, which is just here, and I will give this a little score on here, just like that, which could have been a lot straighter now that I look at it. Yeah, that could have been a lot straighter. We'll maybe not use that score line completely. And then all I need to do is glue this on so that we get a card blank. That was how not to score your card, by the way. See, I think it's good sometimes if you do a demo on your YouTube channel and you do it wrong, because then you show how to fix it. That's what I'm sticking to. So there we go. So that's the start of our little card. So now I'm sticking to that one, by the way. So now it's not what I'm looking for. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a little doggy into there. So an easier way than slitting it would be, what I could do is, do I want to do that? Do I want to cut it? Or do I just want to slit in there? I should have slit in there before I glued it. Let's just see what happens. Right, so we're going to bring in, we're going to kid on that this Jeep is just an old Jeep that doesn't really go. So we're going to put in some, hay down. Now we're going to put some hay down there. Or are we going to put some hay? I think we'll put some hay there and some hay there. I wasn't going to make a card, I was just playing. But I think what we'll do, I don't know, I don't think I like that. So that's a good thing. So if you don't like it, don't worry about it. I think I have to do it. I just have to do it. I have to do it. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to go with it and we're going to see if it works. And if it does work, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Who cares? It's only a piece of card at the end of the day. So, I think that sounded extremely Scottish when I said that. See, I go on and I do these videos without planning them because I don't think that you always need to plan. I think sometimes it's good just to have a rough idea of what you're doing. I honestly have the tiniest little things out. I really could do with some bigger ones. So I'm going to do this like this. Now I need to remember that I want Macaulay in here, so I don't want to put sticky bits where I want Macaulay to go, because Macaulay needs to be able to sit in the back. And as I said, you could do it the slit way of doing it, which is one way of doing it, but then you could do it this way as well. You will be hearing pitter patter of little toe claws just now, and that's because I said the collie, and she sometimes answers to the collie. So that's our Princess Anya padding about. She is super sweet. She was asking for a cuddle earlier. She's just so cute. So now I can have Mr. Collie. You could at this point cut them down, but I don't know, feels a bit wrong to be cutting them down, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have them sitting about here, I think, in the Jeep, because I'm thinking that that's probably got a trailery bit that you can just sit in there, like so. And this little one can sit here, like so. So, I wasn't going to make a card now, I just decided, you know what, they're too cute not to. Hi Anya! Look, I'm playing with collies. They're cute, aren't they? She did look at me there, probably as if to say, what are you speaking about, Mum? Right, so you're going to go down there, like so. So there we go. And I'm not going to have anything else there. And if we wanted to give them a little ribbon, we could even have, where would we have a ribbon? We could have a ribbon actually on the collie, like so, because it's a prize winning collie. It's funny, our Ben used to go to charity dog shows, so we have a lot of ribbons because he won a lot of things. He was just adorable. Anya's very shy of people. She doesn't really like speaking to people so much. She's quite a shy little one. We could have a broken sign in the back. That could be what they're away to sort, because they've got their broken sign to fix, so we could just pop that in the back as well. Got a broken sign. I'm just going to pop all of these in here just now. So we'll just have this sign sticking out, because this is what the collies are away to sort out. They're away to sort out the fact that that's a broken sign and they need to fix it. So, don't think we want, could have him sitting on top of there, but that's a bit dangerous. If they were just sitting in the farm, he could sit up there like so. So we could have him up there. Or we could have this old cart sitting, because they're not actually going anywhere, they're just all sitting. Here's the one that I cut earlier. Strange. Oh, it is this one. So this old cart, yeah, that's right, because I had you in the cart and I had your paws hanging over the cart. So this cart could be sitting there, because it's not really going anywhere, this truck. Because there's me back in again at my story, wanting to incorporate all this extra bits and pieces that are here. So that and that and that, and then I'll not bother with the flowers just now. So that and that, because that cart's not going anywhere, but I'm going to have a puppy standing. Do you want to stand up there? Or do you want to go in the trailer and have your sister sitting up there? I think you'd be better in the trailer. You look a bit small to be jumping about on top of you. But you could be sitting in the trailer. That's it. So we've got Nala, I can't remember all their names. So we've got Nala and the rest of them sitting like so. There we go. There we go. And so now your cards became longer, and I would put it on a bit, you could put it on a bit acetate, you could put it on a big longer card. Putting on acetate would look really pretty. You could actually have bits of strips of acetate and have the collies sitting on the acetate so that they're springing away a little bit from the hay bale if you thought that that would work. So So just pulling this in a bit more, just a bit more to there. So now my story is that the trailer is in front of the Jeep, and the Jeep is sitting beside the hay bales, all waiting for the farmer to come out. And as I say, we've got more Jeeps. We've got a like a thingy thing, whatever these thingy things are called. I don't know what these thingy things are called. So we've got one of them. So that could be there. Yeah, basically that's it. It's just play. I would play with sunflowers and stuff, probably. That bit there you could probably keep a hold of and use on something else, so nothing's wasted. You could have your smaller Jeeps in the distance as well. I'm just going to leave it like that, and that's going to be my make for... Could have another one of those signs there if you want. I just think those signs are so cute. Broken footpath or public footpath. And if you are out in farms, then remember that the highway closed, and be careful and shut all gates that you find closed. If you go through them, remember to keep them closed. Here ends the lecture. Just watch you don't have a bull in the field. I remember my Kira was another collie that we had a week before Ben. A Highland cow scared the living daylights out of her. It was quite funny. I'm not going to do anything with any more of the flowers and the things. I'm just going to leave it like that and just leave it very simple, like so. Don't really know if I want that there either. Just trying to show you that you can have that there. I think there might be a bigger one of these actually, that I don't know if I've mislaid it or not cut it. But yeah, it just gives you the idea of what you can do with all of this dyes, and they're beautiful. I love them. I just absolutely love them. I will put all these back into their little bits, and you can have a, I mean, you don't have to stop there. You could have your collies just playing about in the farm. So we've got a few collies there, and they're all just sitting waiting on the farmer to say it's dinner time, as collies do. So yeah, so that'll do. So taking away this, you still have your shaped card, and all you've done is the two dies and you've scored it. And then if I was to have glued all that down, I could have had that all coming off of it like so, which would have worked perfectly well as well. But just for tonight, I've just done it. We are just pretending that I've glued that all down there. So that's it. That's that introduction to First Prize. As I say, I think there's a donkey, and I think there is another Land Rover, which I didn't get with the set. I have to say, I was given this set to play with by the lovely Stephanie, so this is something that I really have enjoyed cutting out, and I haven't made anything with it as yet, but I will be. As I said about turning them into calendars, they make brilliant calendars. I have actually made calendars with two Red Robin sets before, and you can just put your calendar wherever you want to put it, but they do make beautiful calendars So obviously if this was going to be a calendar, I would have this so that it was on acetate, so that it was on acetate, and then I would build it up. So that's another idea for you. You can do it as a calendar, or as I've done tonight, you can just do it singly as a card. That could have been a calendar in its own right, for example. So I hope you found this video useful, and I hope you will pop along to Highlight Crafts Facebook page, because you will see a lot of inspiration in there, because, excuse me, there is a lot of team members in there, design team members, and the lovely Di is in there, so she helps with anything, and so does Diane Peternell. And if you do want these collections, then I'm hoping to be bringing you a discount code very soon that will be helpful for you to get some pennies off, but that's in the pipeline just now, so maybe I shouldn't have told you about that. But I've had one before, so I thought I'd let you into the secret. If you want any of your wallets, they are all on the Highlights website as well, highlightcrafts.com, and they're really good because they actually go into you can buy 2 Red Robin folders that they fit into, but you could put them into any folders that you've got. I have some of the Crafting Makes Me Happy folders from years ago, so you can put them into that sort of folder as well. I hope you've enjoyed this little show of the beautiful Collie collection. I have to say, because it's Collies, it's my favourite yet, because I just love them. I'm hoping they'll do a Blue Merrill Collie one day, because that would just be perfect, because we've got one. But we'll see what happens. So thanks for viewing, and yep, have a play. And just do what I've showed you tonight. Just play. Just don't stick anything down until you decide on your little story, your little card story, because it's a whole lot of fun just placing your bits and pieces. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed seeing this tonight. So thank you, and I will speak to you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.